That video, Anthony Joshua. Anthony.
Yes, very important.
Anthony Joshua.
Something strange keeps happening to fighters who step into the ring with Jake Paul. 8 out of his 13 opponents have faced serious problems after their fights. And now, Anthony Joshua just survived a deadly car crash in Nigeria that killed 2 of his closest friends. People are calling it the Jake Paul curse. But what really happened? Let's find out. On December 29, 2025, Anthony Joshua was riding in a black Lexus SUV on a busy highway in Nigeria. It was just 10 days after he knocked out Jake Paul in their big fight. Joshua was sitting in the back seat behind the driver. 2 of his best friends were also in the car. Their names were Sina Gami and Kevin Ayodele. Everyone called Kevin by his nickname, Lats.
All right. So, we have more information regarding the tragic car accident that Anthony A.J. Joshua was involved in, and everything that happened, including details on how the accident itself occurred. First, I want to say rest in peace to those 2 who passed away due to the accident. Anthony A.J. Joshua's very close and best friends and personal trainers, Lats and Sina. We found out early yesterday that it was indeed those 2 confirmed as his friends who passed away.
The car was driving on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway near a place called Sagamu. This road is known as one of the most dangerous highways in Nigeria, especially during holidays. Around 11 in the morning, something terrible happened. The driver was going very fast and tried to pass another car, but he lost control. The Lexus crashed hard into a big red truck that was parked on the side of the road. The front right side of the car was completely destroyed. Sina and Lats were sitting on the right side of the vehicle. They died instantly. The damage was so bad that people at the scene said it looked like something from a horror movie. Joshua was lucky. He was sitting on the left side in the back. If he had been on the right side, he would have died too. People rushed to help. Videos show Joshua looking confused and in pain as strangers pulled him out of the wrecked car. Some reports say he was unconscious for 10 minutes before anyone could wake him up. Instead of helping right away, many people were just recording videos with their phones. Joshua was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. Doctors said he was stable and did not need emergency surgery, but his 2 friends were gone. The Nigerian president, Bola Tinubu, even visited Joshua in the hospital and spoke with his mother. Tinubu said, "I wished him a full and speedy recovery and prayed with him." So what caused this crash? The Federal Road Safety Corps of Nigeria investigated. They said the Lexus was going way too fast. The driver also made an illegal move by trying to overtake on the wrong side of the road. When he lost control, the car slammed into the stationary truck. Officials said the primary causes of the crash being excessive speed and wrongful overtaking constitute serious traffic violations.
Well, according to Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Corps, they said that the Lexus was traveling at a high speed, trying to maneuver around a vehicle, and lost control and ran into the commercial stationary truck.
From what we got to understand was that there was a trailer that was parked at the shoulder, whereby the vehicle conveying Anthony Joshua and his team did a wrongful overtake, and they ran into that vehicle.
Now here's images of the truck itself that the SUV struck, very large commercial vehicle.
Some people said the tire might have blown out, but no one confirmed that story. The truth is clear. The driver was speeding and made a dangerous choice that cost 2 lives. Now let's talk about who Joshua lost. Sina Gami was Joshua's strength and conditioning coach. He was from Iran, and this was his first time visiting Nigeria. Sina was with Joshua during the Jake Paul fight just a week earlier. He even joined Joshua in the ring after the victory. He was more than a coach. He was a close friend. Kevin Ayodele, or Lats, was Joshua's personal trainer. He had been by Joshua's side for more than 10 years. On social media, people knew him as Healthy Mindset. Just hours before the crash, Lats was playing table tennis with Joshua. He posted a video from the airport showing everyone the streets of Nigeria. He was excited to be there. That was his last post.
So you've got ability and you have marketability in boxing. Now, unfortunately, how it goes is you could have the 2 best fighters with the best ability, but they don't have marketability. So they won't be able to showcase their talent to the world because broadcasters won't be interested and fans aren't interested. So what we need to do is bring the marketability aspect into their ability realm. So that's what I've always tried to focus on, is bringing eyes onto the sport. And young boxers, I always say, don't wait until you become a champion before you announce to the world who you are. It's too late.
The boxing world was shocked. Eddie Hearn, who promotes Joshua, said, "With the heaviest of hearts, 2 great men rest in eternal peace, Sina and Lats." Chris Eubank Jr., another boxer, wrote, "Thank God our heavyweight champ survived that horrible car crash. I knew both. They were genuinely good men." Shannon Courtney, a female boxer, said, "Last week we're all having fun in Miami, and today you're gone. Life really is too short." Even Jake Paul, the man Joshua just fought, sent his condolences. Paul wrote on social media, "Life is much more important than boxing. I am praying for the lost lives, AJ, and anyone impacted by today's unfortunate accident." Anthony Joshua has deep ties to Nigeria. He was born in England, but his parents are Nigerian. When he was young, he went to boarding school in Nigeria until he was 12 years old. He visits Nigeria often and always shows pride in his heritage. He has a tattoo on his right shoulder of the African continent with Nigeria marked on it. When he fights, he carries both the British and Nigerian flags. Joshua was not in Nigeria to celebrate his win over Jake Paul. He was just visiting family for New Year, something he does regularly. This crash happened on a very dangerous road. Many Nigerians complain about the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Broken down trucks sit on the side of the road without warning signs. There are not enough barriers or safety measures. Some people even say Nigeria doesn't enforce speed limits properly. One person commented online, "We don't have speed limits here." Another said, "Since when do Ghana and Nigeria have speed limits now?" During the holidays, this road gets even more dangerous because so many people travel. Families drive to visit relatives and the traffic gets heavy. Trucks carrying goods crowd the highway. Accidents happen all the time, especially when drivers speed or try risky moves like overtaking. Now here's where things get weird. After this crash, people started talking about something called the Jake Paul curse. This is a theory that says bad things happen to people who fight Jake Paul. Out of the 13 people Jake has fought, 8 of them have had serious problems afterwards. The list is wild. Let me break it down for you.
First, there is Nate Robinson. He was a basketball player who became an NBA champion in 2013. He fought Jake Paul in November 2020 and got knocked out cold in the second round. After that, Robinson disappeared from the public eye completely. No one has heard from him much since then. Next is Ben Askren. He was a former UFC fighter who fought Paul in April 2021. Everyone expected Ben to win, but Paul knocked him out in less than 2 minutes. 4 years later, in 2025, Ben had lung failure and almost died. He needed a double lung transplant to survive. Scary stuff. Then there is Tyron Woodley. He was a UFC welterweight champion who fought Jake Paul twice and lost both times. After those fights, reports said Woodley declared bankruptcy. He had money problems and later admitted he mismanaged his funds. He even fought again on the undercard of the Paul versus Joshua fight, but lost. His boxing record is now 0 wins and 3 losses. Tommy Fury is interesting because he actually beat Jake Paul. That happened in February 2023. Fury won by split decision. But after that win, his career started to fall apart. He has only fought twice since then. Outside of boxing, he started doing fitness challenges like marathons. His personal life also had problems. His relationship with his girlfriend, Molly May Hague, went through a rough time in 2024. They're back together now, but she still will not marry him. Ryan Borland had a record of 17 wins and 2 losses when he fought Paul in March 2024. People thought he would give Paul a tough fight. Instead, Paul knocked him out in the first round. After that loss, Borland quit boxing completely. He now works as a plumber. Then we have Mike Tyson. At 58 years old, Tyson fought Jake Paul in November 2024. Before the fight, Tyson was hospitalized for weeks because of a bleeding ulcer. He lost half his blood and needed 8 blood transfusions. That is life-threatening. The fight was postponed because of this. When the fight finally happened, Tyson looked weak and lost. After the fight, Tyson said, "I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out." The next day, he told his wife, "Why did I do that? I don't know." Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is another case. He is the son of the famous boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. He fought Paul in June 2025 and lost badly. Soon after the fight, Chavez Jr. was deported back to Mexico. It turns out he had an active arrest warrant since 2023 for being involved with a drum cartel. And finally, Anthony Joshua. He beat Jake Paul on December 20, 2025. He knocked Paul out in the 6th round and broke his jaw in 2 places. Paul needed 2 metal plates and 4 titanium screws to fix his jaw. Joshua earned about $92 million from that fight. Just 10 days later, Joshua was in this horrible car crash that killed his 2 best friends. So is this curse real? No, absolutely not. The Jake Paul curse is just a fun theory that fans created online. It is based on coincidences, not facts. Each of these fighters had their own separate problems that had nothing to do with Jake Paul. Ben Askren's lung problems came from pneumonia, not boxing. Tyron Woodley's money problems were because he made bad financial choices. Chavez Jr. already had legal trouble before he fought Paul. And Anthony Joshua's car crash was caused by a speeding driver making an illegal move. The truth is, many of Jake Paul's opponents were already past their prime when they fought him. Some were desperate for money. Others had existing health or legal issues. The fights did not cause these problems. They just happened around the same time, and people noticed.